What is something that you would never confess to your family? That my mother, who always said time and time again that she will never turn into her mother, has turned into her mother. My sisters and I have formed a pact. If any of us start exhibiting signs of becoming like our parents, it is the solemn duty of the rest of the sisters to bring that bitch back to reality, or in the event that this fails, execute her. We have all accepted that this is for the greater good. No luck catching them killers, then? Yikes, that's my biggest fear, and my fiancé tells me he sees it happening. Ask him to help you, point out things that make you seem that way, and also positive support is good because I assume your mom had some bitterness. My extended family thinks I've had no career or salary advancement for 10 years. I play a bumbling idiot with them who just can't catch a break. Reason being, they're a cavalcade of self-inflicted sob stories and GoFundMe grifters. I don't want to be hit up for loans every other week. I'm actually a senior manager at an established consulting firm. If they had a good reason for their misery other than got drunk with the money for bills and didn't pay them, I would help them out. Pretending to be a struggling idiot deflects any attempts at soliciting me for money. Note, I live out of state from them and they don't travel, so I only have to maintain this foolish charade for Thanksgiving and Christmas. My parents are in on it. Plot twist, your entire family is a bunch of millionaires playing the same con. I like it. Funded. Put it on ABC for 2 seasons, then see if you can get a spin-off. Hi cousin, I see you have showrunner money. Congrats. Mind sparing like $3k I can use for gas? That is smart AF. My mom is controlling with how I use my money, and I plan on doing the exact same thing. I joined the Navy to get away from them, not because I felt some sort of patriotic duty like they tell people. I liked it, I found a purpose, I got great training that got me the job I have today. But I did it because I hated it at home. Edit, well this blew up. I've been trying to answer questions and DMs, but I was on mobile last night, so sorry if I didn't get to them until this morning. Just a little elaboration, I was in from 1997 to 2005, joined after high school, that I was expelled from but graduated through the special programs and was on probation. Because of why I was expelled, I was acting out a lot because of home life. A lot has changed in training, so I'll answer questions as best I can. Thanks for all the support and the awards. The military is a great option for people looking to start over, especially if money is an issue for moving away or out. I had a friend who barely graduated school, lost his job, and was being harassed by an ex-GF. I was very happy to hear he joined the military. It was a good second chance for him. Yay, had a bud who got caught up with drugs. Tried rehab a couple times, but didn't work out. He enlisted because he felt he was on a path to an early death. He now teaches military history at a well-known college and is doing great for himself. I would never tell my grandmother how much of an idiot I think my uncle is. She buries her head in the sand about him. Edit, I'm probably not your wife, cousin, niece or sister. Thanks for asking. I feel this so much. My uncle has been taking advantage of my grandmother for years and years and has drained her finances dry and trashed her beautiful home, but she won't let us speak ill of him ever. I use Reddit. Both of my parents hate me talking to people online because they think I am going to get kidnapped or raped or something, so I'm not allowed to post comment like anything by people they don't know. That's such a silly fear. On an unrelated note, what's your home address? That I'm really not as smart or motivated as they claim I am. I'm fucking stupid and I kind of just want to sit in my apartment and do nothing until I die at 30. That's kinda what I thought, but here I am, 32 years old and not dead. Call it procrastination, I guess. I prefer the word apathy. It's not that I don't think I could do something about it, I just don't care enough. I love the word apathy. Someone once told me, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy. I've always had a soft spot for the word since then. Like get one of those live laugh love things, but opposite. Annihilate annoy apathy, it has to alliterate or it doesn't work. That I handcraft cast in silicone, nerdy sex toys and pay bills with dung money. Do you have a website for research? It's under construction since I changed workshop, but I will PM it to you if you're interested once it's back up. Up until about a year ago, I said I would take to my grave that my stepdad molested me for almost 30 years, but I outed the dude 8 months ago. Cheers. Edit. I've never felt so much love from strangers. I love Reddit. I'm going to spend tomorrow reading everyone's comments. You all matter, and if this post encourages even one person to speak their truth, it was worth it. Thank you, kind strangers. I outed mine when I was 34, after again having to go in to have my rectum checked for the millionth time. It's never healed right. I was 9, and after so that part of his family disowned me. Awesome assholes. Didn't care about them in the first place. Then my little sister came clean. I knew she got pregnant at 11 years old, but she denied so much about everything. Found out he did it, so her first is from him. Ugh. It's been hell in a handbasket for me since then alone. 41 years, no kids, no future with anyone. Oh well, I'll just work. In 3rd grade, I cheated on my history exam. In 4th grade, I stole my Uncle Max's toupee and I glued it on my face when I was Moses in my Hebrew school play. In 5th grade, I knocked my sister Edie down the stairs and I blamed it on the dog. When my mom sent me to the summer camp for fat kids and then they served lunch, I went nuts and I pigged out and they kicked me out. But the worst thing I ever done, I mixed a pot of fake puke at home and then I went to this movie theater, hid the puke in my jacket, climbed up to the balcony and then, I made a noise like this. Hua 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 oh yeah, and then I dumped it over the side, all over the people in the audience. And then, this was horrible, all the people started getting sick and throwing up all over each other. I never felt so bad in my entire life. I used to smoke meth. I've been clean for 13 years now and they'll never know. Edit. Holy shit. Thank you for the golds and F button. To answer a few questions, I smoked for 5 years. I got into a huge fight with my parents and moved to another city so no one really saw me, and this was before Facebook and shit, so there wasn't any gross pics being posted. I got clean with some help, moved back, and made up with my family. I'm running out of excuses on why I won't watch Breaking Bad though. My 13-year-old daughter found what Pat from Minecraft gamer videos she watched. I missed the signs and took me about 10 days to figure it out because how secretive she was out of the blue. When I did, I realized she was already being groomed by 2 users. Went to cops, they lured them using my daughter's account. One bailed pretty quickly and deleted account. The other one started texting the number the cops gave her. Within 3 weeks they lured her across country and busted her at a hotel room in our town. She had tape, ropes, some kind of liquid and needles in her car. I vomited in my mouth when the police sergeant told me about that. He said my daughter may have to testify, but maybe not because most of it happened after they took over the account. The legal folks would let us know. I wasn't sure about that. My daughter knew a bad person was talking to her, but I did not share everything with her then. We dealt with the social media used through Better Education and started monitoring better. The prosecutor assistant contacted and said that they had contacted authorities in town where the lady lived. They did search and found evidence at her house tying her to multiple missing girls in that area. Our case was being dropped at this time, so they could pursue the missing girls' cases. I was relieved. My daughter is almost 18 now. Jay told her the full story when she was 16. It was upsetting for her, tears and shaking, but I knew she was going to be okay. When she said as she wiped her tears, "Well, I'm glad we saved some other girls from her." Yes, I'm glad, too. I hate what had. My younger aunt and I almost fooled around when we were kids. We didn't know about each other, and when we both met she was 13, I was 15. As we grew up there was a ton of flirting and sexual tension. It never came to anything, thank God, but we had some intimate conversations around it. Oddly enough, both of us are very close today and have even spoke about how ridiculous the whole thing was. Edit for some FAQ and comments. Technically my half-aunt. Mom had me at 16. Grandpa had an affair with another woman, produced my aunt 2 years later, and subsequently left grandmother for other woman. For the record, both of those women are lovely. I rarely see the grandmother who lives far away, but the other woman lives in the same state and sees her great-grandson and I with some frequency. Neither of us want to bone the other anymore, and at least one of us is happily married. We're both embarrassed, but I think she's more embarrassed than I am. That being said, she is very attractive and younger me fantasizes about it a lot, and I will always have those fantasies with me. We have children and those children see each other infrequently, attend each other's birthday parties, yada yada. We've rarely talked about it, but when we have it's very dismissive, like what the hell was wrong with us type thing. Obviously, it's always there for me and I'm pretty short for her. I can't interact with her without thinking, hey, remember that time we talked about fooling around and then never did? Uncle-niece and aunt-nephew relationships are historically common enough to have an actual term for them, avunculate marriage. Thanks. Now I have a new word with which to make my aunt uncomfortable at Christmas. She defo still wants to smash. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel.